just driving along here, and we see this massive dinosaur. Oh, it says tag me in your picture on Instagram.
He's graduated.
He's gotten a degree. Congratulations.
What's this say?
Oh, excuse me, it's Doris. You're
Doris
a woman.
The Apatosaurus.
Huh?
It's a new day. We're spending most of it here in Dinosaur National Monument. Partly in Utah, partly in Colorado. And 100% dinosaurific. These petroglyphs slash pictographs, I'm not sure which, were made by the Fremont people over 1,000 years ago. And there's lots of modern day graffiti as well, which is a crying shame. I keep joking with Melissa that I'm gonna call the video the Southern Utah of Northern Utah.
Doesn't make sense.
She doesn't like it.
No.
We have reservations to go see the Quarry Exhibit at 9:30. Just so happens we're like 2 hours early because we couldn't sleep this morning.
Because we woke up at 5:40.
So we're checking out the Desert Voices Trail. And it feels lovely outside. A little on the chilly side, but perfect for hiking. We are just finishing up our hike. It's not hard, but about 2 miles, so not easy. Or not short, I mean. It is easy and kid-friendly. They have little signs designed by kids for kids, so those are fun. And it's right by the campground. So you could stay at this campground, which is nicer than where we're staying, by the way. And you have this trail right here. And it's by the river also. And this trail also has a connection to the Sound of Silence trail, if you're feeling in the mood for some Simon and Garfunkel. Are you ready to go look at some dino fossils?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. We're going to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's where we're going. I need some bars.
We have reached a glorious new age in the COVID pandemic. We no longer have to wear a mask in federal buildings, as long as we have received our vaccines.
Yep.
We're inside, and there's dinosaur bones.
Lots of them.
That's an Allosaurus.
Yeah, I grabbed a bunch of them. Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Here's the Quarry Exhibit. This used to be a complete mountain all the way across this gap. That's where they've dug it down to get all the dinosaur bones out. It says that there were 400 total dinosaurs identified so far, 300 of which have already been removed and are on display in museums all across the country. Well, the fossil discovery trail seems worth it. You get to see some bones that aren't in a building. There's a good bone, big and obvious. Here is a neat couple of vertebrae. And here's another fossil of what I think is bone. Melissa pointed out it could be petrified wood, and I suppose that's true. I don't really know how to spot the difference. Right by the path, though. Pretty fun stuff. We have entered the Coloradian half of Dinosaur National Monument, and I'm excited for this. The lady at the Colorado Visitor Center told me that this has the most beautiful views in the whole park. No dinosaur fossils, though. Alright, we've driven up onto this mesa. It's quite chilly, honestly, and windy, and borderline rainy. It's threatening to rain. But wow, what a view. I can see for miles and miles. We've stopped at another lookout point on our way to Harper's Corner. This one overlooks the dirt road that would take us to Echo Park. However, we've been advised not to do it by the ranger I talked to, because with the high clearance vehicle or not, it's so muddy and has steep drop-offs that's just not a good idea when it's rained recently. But it would be a cool spot to explore. They have a place there called Whispering Cave you can go into. They have more petroglyphs made by the Fremont people. We're gonna stick to the paved portion, which is lovely in itself. This drive, for the most part, is not much more than just a bunch of sagebrush. But it's worth it for the scenic overlooks that you come to once in a while.
This is Echo Park Overlook.
Ooh. Majestic. You can see some of the dirt road down there that we would have gone on.
Oh yeah.
We've reached the end of the road and we're taking a little jaunt down the Harper's Corner Trail. It's 2 miles total, out and back, and it seems to be just going down, which means the way back will be quite difficult. I don't know if we're up for the full 2 miles. We'll see if we can get to a decent viewpoint without doing the full thing. All right, here's a view. Harper's Corner. This is quite spectacular. I would say this is a must-do hike if you're coming to Dinosaur, whereas the one we did this morning, not so much.
That is so cute. This is the Vernal Temple of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
And it's so cute.
It's super duper cute. It's one of the only temples where it has been converted from an old tabernacle. There's a guy.
We made it to the town of Vernal, and we came to see the, what is it, Melissa? Utah?
The Utah Fieldhouse of Natural History.
Fieldhouse of Natural History. Check out this guy. Imagine your Fred Flintstone just riding down a tail.
I'm cleaning up a fossil.
Wow, Melissa found a real life fossil.
Yeah.
How did you do it?
Magic.
Well, it turns out you don't need to go to Dinosaur National Monument to see replicas of dinosaurs. Got some pretty sweet ones here. Allosaurus Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus, yeah.
And the one on the ground is a Haplocanthosaurus.
Apparently it's rare. This is the largest Stegosaurus front leg they've ever found.
Wow.
And it's probably my height.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, this large saber-toothed herbivore is a Uintathere. And here's what they looked like.
That is big. Jeez.
What's it look like to you? Like a... It's like a rhinopotamus. Yeah, that's my name for it.
Well, and then it has like saber-tooth teeth, like a saber-tooth tiger.
Saber-tooth rhinopotamus. Ah. This is camping made easy. It's always nice to eat out every once in a while. How's the pizza?
Oh man, I lost the bottom. It's
You-
very
the
good
top?
so far. Yeah, I lost the top.
You like it?
That's really good.
We're building a boat. It's working. Here we go. We put this inflatable kayak on our Christmas list. My brother Ben generously got it for us. He and me tested it out earlier this spring, and it's quite a bit harder to maneuver than a normal kayak, and the back support on the seats was an issue. As you can see, we might run into that again, but it works, it floats, and it's going to get us across this piece of water. Here we go. Nothing to it. Out on the lake. And we're not gonna drown. Alyssa's doing all the paddling while I film. Pretty sweet deal.
Oh, wait, echo. Echo.
Cool. Woo! Alright, the Dinosaur Trackways are directly above us. How sweet is this? Alright. Yep. Not a bad 3-mile hike, right? Okay, we're definitely finding some dinosaur tracks. They can be hard to make out.
See, this one looks like that.
Yeah, 3 toes. 3 toes. These 3-toed walkers from long ago are the Dilophosaurus. Alright, here's some dino prints. Boom. Let's see. I think that's one. Boom. Maybe even that as well, even though they're right next to each other. There's one. Melissa found a heck of a track.
Yeah, look at this one. I'll bet it's one.
Yeah, that one's really visible. Pretty amazing. I like this one because you can see the tips of the claws really well. Very well defined.
Something cool that we learned about this place is that it has 5 trackways, and a trackway is very rare. A trackway is where one individual dinosaur or animal in general makes 3 or more tracks, and this place has 5 of those, so 5 individual dinosaurs. This one's really cool because it's actually a smaller dinosaur, probably the smallest trackway in all of the group. I can almost fit my entire hand in this, and I don't have very big hands, so it's pretty sweet.
Still a fairly big animal. I wouldn't want to wrestle with it.
No.
I think the reason why it's so rare is just you have to imagine not just leaving a footprint, but having it fossilized and then having that layer happen to be uncovered right now after millions of years of being covered. So they only stay uncovered for a certain amount of time. Gotta come see them before they go away. So there's a sign that specifically says cliff jumping is allowed. And this overhanging ledge seems like a really good place to do it. And Melissa, as we were getting into the water, Melissa said she heard somebody jump in, and she saw them jump in. I heard it. I heard the scream and the splash. And I just decided I'm a little too chicken. It's a little chilly. It's late in the day. I don't really feel like getting wet. So there you have it. As cool as that would be, I'm not gonna do it.
He's terrified. I am too. It's beautiful though.
Okay, we've continued on up the narrow end of this lake to see what we can see. We're slowly but surely making some progress. We can no longer see where we started.
Yep.
And this is just awesome surroundings.
Water's super calm.
These are some sweet looking cliffs back here. And the water just keeps winding back. I know it can't go a ton further because there's a highway right over there.
And a river.
But this is awesome.
Go for a morning kayak if you'd like.
We made it back safe as it's just getting a bit dusky and there may be some rain rolling in, so we had great timing. The weather was on our side. We're starting off our last day here with a hike to Moonshine Arch. Now, the thing about this place, you'll see a sign for it on the main highway. It'll take you to a gravel road, which takes you to this dirt road. We're parking here and walking the dirt road. So that makes it longer, but you can see why our little sedan would not handle this too well. Lots of deep ruts and stuff already. Anyway, the arch is somewhere back in this area. We've reached the actual start of the trail. From this point, it's a 1.5 mile hike round trip. It's relatively easy. We've probably already walked roughly 3/4 of a mile. So for us, it'll probably be 3 miles round trip. Still not a long hike. So either way you go, should be just fine.
Ooh, but if you have a Jeep, look how fun this is. Turn around.
Zoinks. Yeah, I don't know if that's meant to be driven on.
I think the Jeeps that we saw earlier drove on this.
Maybe like with a mountain bike or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess Jeeps could do it, but I'd be scared too.
Oh yeah.
So there is some room for error here. There's forks in the road. We're just sort of going off of our GPS pinpoint for the arch and trying to shoot for that direction. We could go wrong though. There's multiple forks. So I'm sure we'll get there eventually, but it's not a very clearly marked way. We've stumbled upon one of the desert's more beautiful features. Blooming cacti. Lovely. There's quite a bit more more up here. Lead the way, Melissa. There's some. There's a bunch. There's a bunch. Man. These are lovely. Oh, it's turned into a real hike. We've got some uphill going on now. We've already got some sweet views. And we have encountered people coming down the other way. And they said we're like 4/10 of a mile till our destination. So that's very comforting. We encountered a sign put here by the BLM, which means we're definitely on the right track. I am seeing a lot of tire marks on these rocks. So I know for a fact people are bringing Jeeps and trucks and things up here, which is pretty crazy.
Yes, it gave me waves of chills. And it said what I cannot say, but what I often feel.
This is breaking out the Moonshine Arch. Well, this is a pretty sweet place. I mean, we've been to a lot of arches, but this is not only just another arch, it's a pretty impressive and unique one. Especially with the little tunnel like right through the arch. That's pretty awesome. This is on par with the marvelous geological features of southern Utah. So much so that I am officially naming this video Eastern Utah, the southern Utah of northern Utah. Melissa hates it.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably won't. So just another little FYI, now that we're done with the hike, we know that there are actually, when you come down the first gravel road on your way there are actually two different left turns that take you down dirt roads. So the first one is the really rough one that made us say, heck no, we're parking here. Just after that, there is another one which is quite a bit smoother. And this one that we took joins to that one. So that may be something worth trying. We probably would try that next time. That road seemed plenty doable, even in our sedan. Now, before we put a cap on this video, we have one more area to go check out. So we're heading north towards the Wyoming border to see what we can see of Flaming Gorge.
'Twas a sad and sleepy sound, and I realized I was tired. So I laid upon the ground. It was cold and very hard.
We've made it to our last destination, Red Canyon. And boy, it's cold. We had to jack it up a little bit 'cause it's really windy and freezing. And it's the end of May, which is
Sad.
epic.
Yeah.
And there's the incredible view. Red Canyon, aka the edge of the friggin' world. which is really sweet. About, what is it, 50 minutes from Vernal?
Yeah.
And very worthy of your time as a little scenic detour if you're in the Vernal area.
Wow.
Or you can come here as its own destination. They have a pretty sweet looking campground. And
Fishing, boating, swimming, cliff jumping, I bet, somewhere. 1825. The Gulf of Mexico.
this is it for us. We're heading home from here. But what would you say, Melissa? A weekend well spent?
Yeah.
Hopefully we've shown you that there are a ton of really cool things to come see in the northeastern corner of Utah. That was what we were going for.